Hello, YouTubers. It's me once again, RKO2582, back to do another video. And today I'm going to give my WWE Draft 2012 predictions. Now, before you start coming down, you're like, wait a minute. It's like, what's the point of the WWE Draft? Because you know the whole SuperShow concept and pretty much the brand extension is pretty much dead. But I still like the draft every year. I still get hyped up every year and stuff like that. But I've been hearing for weeks and weeks by Vince McMahon himself saying he's expecting quote quote big changes with this draft. So I decided to think up a couple of superstars that I feel like that they're going to get drafted for both Raw and SmackDown. So and I'm also hearing that it may not happen if it's not going to happen this coming Monday's 3-hour Raw special. It might happen sometime of June of this year. So, but for right now, these are the superstars I have in mind. I see being drafted. So let's not waste any time to get this predictions underway. Alright, kicking off with the Raw side of things, the first person that I see leaving SmackDown for Raw is obviously Randy Orton. As you know me, I am not the biggest Randy Orton fan in the world, but I think Randy Orton going back to Raw would be very good for him because seeing Randy Orton right now on SmackDown, he's pretty much not doing anything with Kane and stuff. I mean, after the whole Barrett rivalry started dying down, Randy Orton just been kind of going, downhill a bit. So I think Raw, going back to Raw would be better for him and stuff. It'll give him a breath of fresh air and give him some competition. You know what I'm saying? And the reason he was drafted to SmackDown last year is because, Edge unfortunately had to retire and Randy Orton was the star power that SmackDown needed. But as we've seen throughout the year, that SmackDown is in desperate need of star power. So, once again, Randy Orton to the Raw side. Next, I see leaving SmackDown for Raw is this is a gut feeling right here. Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I think Cody Rhodes is gonna go to Raw. And I know y'all think like he can't go to Raw. I mean, he'll be buried, but you never know. That's how I feel Cody Rhodes. Because I mean, I think Cody Rhodes, with the character he got right now, I think he could help Raw out. But that's just me. And who knows, he could face maybe Santino for the U.S. title, or with this man who I'm about to say right now, Big Show. Yes, Big Show's gonna go back to Raw. This happens year in, year out. Every year, the Big Show flip flops, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I think they continue the rivalry on Raw and stuff. So I see those two probably going to Raw. And the final pick of who I see leaving SmackDown for Raw. I know y'all gonna think I'm crazy when I say this pick. Your current World Heavyweight Champion, Sheamus. Yes, I think Sheamus needs to go to Raw because I mean, he's pretty much beating everyone on SmackDown. Can you not agree on that? He's pretty much beating everyone, and he's finally the world champion. And I know that he's been getting booed as late because of my boy D-Bar getting screwed. But I think him going back to Raw would be a breath of fresh air, just like I said with the previous picks I made and stuff. So and it would be a lot better too, because I haven't seen the world title over there since the 2008 draft. So that would be a good change. But if that's just me, all right. Now onto the SmackDown side of things. Okay, who I see leaving Raw for SmackDown, and trust me, I think SmackDown this year in this draft is going to get the big payoff this year once again. Alright, the first person I choose that I would see leaving Raw for SmackDown is awesome! The Miz. And like I said with Randy Orton before, I'm not the biggest fan of The Miz either, but I think The Miz being on SmackDown will be a good change of pace for him because pretty much he's pretty much ran his course on Raw. I mean, he's been on Raw since 2009. I think it's time for him to to go to SmackDown just to add a little more star power, like I said before, because SmackDown is in desperate need of star power. So I think the Miz would do good on SmackDown, and I think he'd be a good contender for championships, maybe the U.S. Intercontinental or back up to the main event or something like that. So once again, the Miz and this man who I see return to SmackDown. Oh, Alberto Del Rio! Oh, God, I hate this man. But it's clear as day that Alberto Del Rio is a SmackDown guy because his Raw run was just mediocre at best, especially with his stupid 2 WWE title reigns. I mean, my God. And I think he works better on SmackDown than Raw because they drafted Alberto Del Rio too soon, anyways, and it's starting to show because pretty much when he was injured, nobody gave a crap about him being gone, especially me too, because I didn't give a crap. And well, with SmackDown, I think he's better over there, and he's supposed to have that future world championship title shot. So yeah. And with Johnny Ace in charge, he'll still show up on Raw every now and then, but SmackDown, yeah, he needs to go back. That's my deal on Del Rio. Next, I see you're gonna think I'm crazy with this too. Cobra Santino Marella, yes, the U.S. champion. He needs to go back to SmackDown, and I think it'd be a good decision for it. Yeah, because I can't recall seeing Santino Marella getting drafted to SmackDown. He's always been a Raw guy, I think, and I think SmackDown would be a good change of pace. And that way we can have the U.S. and the Intercontinental title switch brands, and Raw can have the Intercontinental Championship back again, just like the good old days, and then the U.S. title back on SmackDown, just like the good old days. I want those days to happen again. Or I could see them, unifying the mid-card titles because I feel like it's gonna happen soon, but I kind of don't want that to happen, but it looking like it might happen, but who knows? I could be wrong. All right, these next 2 picks, woo, it's gonna change the landscape of SmackDown for sure. Alright, the first of 2 surprise picks is best in the world! CM Punk. Yes, I said it. CM Punk, the WWE champion. I think he's gonna go to SmackDown because I've been hearing whispers about this for late last year going into this year, thinking that CM Punk would do good in SmackDown. I think so too. It wouldn't hurt because even though he's doing awesome as WWE champion on Raw right now, he's still getting the crowd pop stuff, but they kind of blaming him for, he's not drawing big enough and stuff. But with SmackDown, I think he could help SmackDown, of course, like I said, star power. And, and it would be a good entertaining television, especially with his pipe bombs and all. So, once again, CM Punk SmackDown. And the final pick of the night, yeah, the TV pick. I know you're gonna think I'm crazy with this too. John Cena, yes, John Cena. I know last year they tried to get him to SmackDown, and then they drafted him back to Raw. I know before the show ends. I think he's gonna stay put this time because I'm hearing talks with John Cena might go on to SmackDown because they're trying to get the SmackDown house show attendance up or merchandise, something like that, and they think John Cena would be perfect for that. And they say they'll still showcase him on Raw just to, ignite a feud or something, just to going into SmackDown. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, once again, John Cena for SmackDown. Well, you guys, that was my personal WWE Draft 2012 predictions. And comment down below and tell me who you see leaving the brands for Raw or SmackDown, or give me a video response to this. Yeah, but those are my choices for both Raw and SmackDown for the draft. And hoping y'all get ready for this coming Monday's 3-hour Raw special, the final Raw going into Extreme Rules pay-per-view. And be on the lookout for my SmackDown review tomorrow, and of course my personal thoughts on Brock Lesnar. So until then, this is your boy RKO2582. Take care.